Okay guys, look at this question here. Differential diagnosis for ulcers over genital area. So one guy is there, okay, or guy or girl, somebody is there, okay. And now in the genital area, there are some ulcers, okay. So they're asking you what and all it could be. So they're asking it is a differential diagnosis you tell for ulcers over genital area. So this is the genital area. So what is the, there's an ulcer here, there are ulcers or whatever, ulcers over genital area. What are the differential diagnosis for 5 marks you have to explain, okay? So first we look at all the infections that can happen there which can leave an ulcer. Then we will look at the non-infective causes. Here you can have some autoimmune or a reaction, drug reaction, or even a carcinoma. So we'll come to this. What you should know is what does not cause. First let's see that, okay, what does not cause ulceration, okay? HIV, okay, human immunodeficiency virus, you won't see, they have not mentioned ulceration as such. Gonorrhea, they have not mentioned that it causes ulceration. Hepatitis B also, it affects the liver, right? So you got what doesn't cause this genital ulcer. So I just want you to pay attention to that. Now let's go back to those listed causes that you will write for exam. Okay, so infective means what? Some virus, bacteria, something is there, right? So the first thing that you have to write is genital herpes. Herpes, genital herpes, caused by herpes simplex virus 1 and 2. Okay, this is going to leave painful lesions. Okay, so you just remember where and all painful will come. Painful will come in herpes, and painful will come in chancroid, which is caused by bacteria Haemophilus ducreyi. Okay. This ulcers will also have some ragged edges, they are saying, okay. So one is by virus, that is genital herpes, which is painful, and then you have the chancroid, which is by bacteria Haemophilus ducreyi, which is also painful. Okay, this I need you to understand. Everything else you can write painless kind of. Okay, so so we are done with the first one, genital herpes. Let's go to the next one, syphilis. Syphilis is caused by what? Spirochete bacteria, Treponema pallidum. In the primary syphilis, there will be a single ulcer and it will be painless. This is the word, okay, in the primary syphilis, okay. So that is what you have understood now. Then we'll go to the next one. Lymphogranuloma venereum. This is caused by some certain strains of the bacteria Chlamydia trachomatis, okay. So in this one, what you should know is this one actually it will cause small and painless, almost you cannot even notice it, that kind of ulcers. That is why you won't even notice it, can't notice these ulcers also, okay. It is mostly this lymphogranuloma venereum, what that bacteria will actually affect the rectal mucosa. Then how can it affect the rectal mucosa? So very important word you will write here is, it is, you will see it mostly in MSM, men having sex with men, okay, in rectal area, rectal mucosa. So this is proctitis, it's called, okay, proctitis, okay. You got it right, lymphogranuloma venereum. So we are telling you here itself, which are the two which are painful, guys? Okay, take a deep breath and tell me. Herpes and chancroid, which is caused by Haemophilus ducreyi. Okay, very good. So chancroid we have finished. It will have some ragged edge, okay, that also you remember. Granuloma inguinale, this is also called as donovanosis. This is caused by bacteria Klebsiella granulomatis, okay. Is it becoming too much, guys? Granuloma inguinale donovanosis caused by bacteria Klebsiella granulomatis. Easy, no? Klebsiella granulomatis, granuloma inguinale. This is one bacteria. What else you should know? These two actually, what they are telling is even chickenpox, varicella zoster can cause some ulcers there. You should just keep this as a differential in your head. That's all. And if there is some trauma there, right, then that would have got infected with some other bacteria, or not exactly an STI or a sexually transmitted infection, they're saying. Just keep that in your mind. If there was a trauma there and that has got infected, okay, what could have infected it? Staph, staphylococcus or something, okay. So infective causes we have finished according to Davidson textbook. Now let us go to non-infective causes, okay. Good. See, these are listed by Davidson textbook, hence we are telling you. Davidson says that lichen sclerosis, an autoimmune condition, aphthosis, that is aphthous ulcer, like how it happens in your mouth, some kind of ulcer like that. All these are autoimmune. This one, lichen sclerosis, they're saying is autoimmune. Coming to Stevens-Johnson syndrome and fixed drug reaction. Okay, fixed drug reaction, you took some doxycycline kind of a thing and it caused some lesion or something. Or Stevens-Johnson syndrome, hypersensitivity to certain drugs, right? You should take history. And then Behcet's disease is actually autoimmune, that also can cause ulcer on the genital. Okay, did you get it? So here we are talking about non-infective. So we finished what and all? Drug reaction, autoimmune conditions like lichen planus, apoptosis, etc. Behcet's disease. All these words you should write these technical words. Stevens-Johnson syndrome, fixed drug reactions, FDR. Okay, very good, very good. Now let's go to carcinoma, guys. Okay, focus here. What are we talking about? Genital ulcers, which can be actually carcinoma. So it could be squamous cell carcinoma. It could be some intraepithelial neoplasia, which could be on the vulva or the penis. So it can be both female and male. That's what they're saying. And I'm thinking this can be caused by human papilloma virus. So it should be infective, right? I'm not sure why Davidson textbook has written it in non-infective. Okay. So this and all you will see. Okay. Now you got all the differential diagnosis, guys. Excellent. Smile for us. Smile. Smiley smile. We're done with all the differentials. But is it enough if we write this much? I think it's enough. Just let's add 2 or 3 points here. Prevention and treatment also. Okay. Prevention, what will you write, guys? Prevention. Hygiene. Right. Then you will say what? Vaccination against HPV, etc. Right. Then protection. Sexual contact protection, condoms, all that you can write. What else can you think of? Let's look at the viruses and just think. Syphilis. See, even mother to child transmission can happen. So you should think about all that, okay? Of all these kind of, okay, diseases. Yeah. So then what else? Okay. Now let us go to the treatment, okay? Now treatment, guys, we have to talk about STI kits here. That's what they want us to talk about. Let's go to the NACO NACO STI kits and read that. Where is it? STI NACO kit. Okay. STI kit. So let us go to the one that we are looking at, genital ulcer. Okay. Now genital ulcer, let's look at the herpetic one because that is what we are concerned, right? The first thing is on our differential was herpetic. So for this you will use what? The red kit, and in that what is there? Acyclovir, because it is herpes virus. So obviously you will give a viral antiviral. So that will be acyclovir. Look at this, it's written here, acyclovir. If you want, you can remember the mg and ds and all, but we are not. I'm not going there. Acyclovir. And do you remember we said that where and all pain will be there? In herpes and in chancroid. Very good, very good. Which is caused by Haemophilus ducreyi. Okay. So herpetic, painful, that word they have mentioned. Okay. Coming to this side, non-herpetic, guys. Non-herpetic, they are using white or blue color. Here it can be painless or painful. Okay. So a white kit has having what? It is having penicillin. Okay. Benzathine penicillin injection and azithromycin. Okay, azithromycin single dose they are saying. So then why is the blue kit then? If they are allergic to penicillin, then they are talking about blue kit which has doxycycline and azithromycin again. Okay, so instead of just the penicillin, they have given the doxycycline. Okay, so what is there here for non-herpetic? They are talking about benzathine, penicillin, azithromycin and doxycycline. Very good, people. So hope you will get 5 full marks for this question, guys. Bye-bye.